Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are continuing our topic on protection and provision of clean water. So we are still talking about rivers, and we've talked about water gotten from rainwater and water gotten from springs. So today we are talking about water gotten from rivers, streams, wells, and boreholes. So let's start with water gotten from rivers and streams. Now, in a village or in a rural area, they make use of water gotten from rivers and streams. So what rivers and streams are their water supply. Now the water there should be protected in the following ways, because since there's access to it from everybody, it has to be protected to ensure it is clean and it is fit for human use. So one is that the banks of the river banks, should always be kept clean. So river banks should always be kept clean. Then refuse and human waste should not be dumped into the water. So this water that we're making use of as our water supply that we use for that we use for cooking, we use for washing and bathing, that same water, refuse should not be dumped into it. Then a concrete wall should be built across the river to divide it into an upper portion and a lower portion. So there's a reason we have this division into these two portions. So the lower portion, or the lower part, will be used for general cleaning and washing purposes. So that's the first part, the lower part. That one is used for only cleaning and washing purposes. So then the upper part, that is separated by the concrete wall, should not be allowed to be used by anybody. So the water from this upper part is collected into a tank by means of a pipe. Then this water that is collected must also be passed through a filter before it enters into the tank, and that filter must be cleaned periodically. So the water that is gotten from that upper part can now be used for drinking or cooking. So the water that is used for drinking, or the water that is drunk, must be boiled always before drinking, because it's gotten from a stream and there can be impurities in it. So that is how we get water from rivers and streams. Now let's talk about wells also. So we all know about wells. When we dig a hole into the soil, and when that hole reaches the water table of the earth, groundwater seeps into that hole and forms a well. So that's where we get a well. A hole is dug into the ground. Then once that the hole reaches the level, or goes below the level of the water table, the water seeps into that hole and forms a well. Now wells are important as a source of water in rural or developing areas. Nigeria, we see lots of wells. So this is a very useful source of water in those kind of areas. Now the amount of water in wells fluctuates with the water table. So if the level of water or the water table shifts or is too low, the amount of water in the well will reduce. So in dry seasons, usually the water in wells are not usually much, especially if the dry season extends for a long period of time and maybe the well isn't that deep. The water that is got from the water table would be too low, so the amount of water in the well will also be low. Now, to protect the water in a well, we must take these following steps, or these procedures, to protect the water in a well. One is that the well must be covered properly. It must be fitted with a proper cover. Also, the inside surface of the well should be lined with concrete of bricks. So what we call rings is used mostly. So it must be made up of concrete. Make sure the inside of the well is lined with that concrete to prevent soil or sand from entering into the water, because it's a hole that we're digging into the soil. So we have to prevent the soil from entering into that water that is gotten from the well. Also, the water that is gotten from the well should be pumped out into a nearby tank. So that is that about water gotten from wells. Now let's talk about boreholes. So we all know about boreholes too. Boreholes we also get boreholes from digging into the ground. So but we dig deeper than wells. We can dig as deep as 100 meters into the ground. Now the water that is gotten from borehole is pumped out by a powerful machine that pumps water at the rate of about 25,000 liters per hour. So the water that is pumped out is stored in a tank. So that is that about the provision of water from the different sources where we get water. So in our next videos, we'll be talking about water for domestic use, water for public use, and how to keep this water clean, or how to purify the water. See you in our next video.